I can't believe we're already into week 4 of the tonight being the 2025 NFL season. Week 4 already. I feel like the season just started. Well, it kind of did, but still you get the gist in all honesty. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode Lucas E. Allen Productions on YouTube and all audio platforms of Lucas E. Allen Show with your NFL Week 4 2025 Power Rankings. So it's Thursday, September 25th of 2025. I know kind of late for your power rankings. Usually like to do these on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I was kind of busy today. I hopefully can get your NFL Week 4 predictions out today at some point, knock on wood. Hopefully I can do that for you boys and girls to say the least. Not having the greatest day in all honesty mentally. It's kind of feel like I'm kind of down, not totally myself today. But it is what it is. As life goes on, you obviously got to move on with your life and go on forward to say the least. Not going to discuss what that may be. I'm going to keep that in mind with personal stuff to say the least. Enough personal shit, though. Let's get into your power rankings today. Let's just say I was your top 16 teams heading into Week 4 of the 2025 NFL season. Let's get started in 3. And by the way, before I get that, follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, Lucas E. Allen. Watch on YouTube with the like button today's podcast. Hit the subscribe button if you've done so already. Turn on the bell for post notifications. I'm going to upload on YouTube. Also leave a comment. You think of my Week 4 2025 NFL Power Rankings. Watch on Spotify. Do the same thing. Leave a comment. Think of my Power Rankings. And also a 5-star rating be nice as well to say at least. Just hit 30,000 viewers on YouTube, by the way, today. So thank you all for the support on YouTube to say at least. Now let's just start your power rankings this week in 3, 2, 1, let's roll. And by the way, for 16 teams, you got 3 new teams to be ranking in this podcast as well. That's for the top 16. Obviously, you're ranking like 16, 15, and 13. Be new teams you haven't gotten last week to say the least. The star number 16 is a new team this week, too, with this team. Start them, please, I'll say the least. Number 16 got the Minnesota Vikings, who completely annihilated and freaking murdered the Cincinnati Bengals at U.S. Bank Stadium this past Sunday afternoon. I think it was 48-10? God damn, Bengals. You let Carson Wentz destroy the living shit out of you. But then again, I can't be talking. I'm a Packers fan. I'm like old Joe Flacco. You see, he threw the ball. It was basically the Browns' defense saved the Browns and win the game, and then did win the game. But we'll discuss that later on this podcast. So I'm going to rant about that. But number 16, the Minnesota Vikings completely annihilated the Cincinnati Bengals. And I mean annihilated them. That was freaking brutal, man. I didn't even watch the game. It was still fucking brutal. I was watching, what was the game I was watching the Rams and the Eagles from 1 o'clock. And obviously watched Cowboys and Bears from Sunday afternoon at 4:30. And obviously watched Sunday Night Football to say the least. Which was fucking probably worse than fucking last week. Falcons and Vikings compared to Chiefs and Giants. My God. Ever since week 1 of Sunday Night Football has been going on downhill since as far as prime time for a Sunday night to say the least. But 16 of Minnesota Vikings, they played freaking phenomenal, obviously, on Monday or Sunday. Including Isaiah Rodgers, the cornerback for the Vikings, so one of them, had 2 touchdowns and he plays defense. Fucking crazy, I know. But there you go to say the least. The Minnesota Vikings are a lot better with Carson Wentz than they did with freaking J.J. McCarthy. Well, at least the first 7 quarters compared to 8 quarters of the season when J.J. McCarthy was playing, we get the point. Number 16 is the Minnesota Vikings. Moving on to the reigning top 15. Number 15 in Jumbo plays a new team we'll be also discussing today. Number 15, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers, who has a 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers. Their defense played a lot better in the first 2 weeks of the season for the Pittsburgh Steelers compared to Week 1 and Week 2 against the Jets and Seahawks, respectively. I believe the Steelers only came up by 24 points against the Seahawks as a kicker with one of the touchdowns that came from the kickoff from Seattle. And the bots with Caleb Johnson's name as a rookie. I don't even know, honestly. My God. Pittsburgh Steelers number 15 on this list. And they were pretty good on Sunday. Better than the New England Patriots. I thought the Patriots were going to win that game, honestly. I kid you not. I really did. I think it picked Pittsburgh in my ranking, my predictions, but I could see in a blur world with probably Pittsburgh outplayed New England big time, to say the least. A little bit of world. Not both teams weren't perfect per se, but still, it's 21-14 final score. Steelers win in Gillette Stadium. But what the fuck happened with Stephon Diggs? I feel like I didn't even fucking hear him once this season. Fucking crazy, I know. The Pittsburgh Steelers number 15 named Aaron Rodgers are still pretty good, despite I think he threw another interception this game. I don't know, I'm not gonna look up the stats honestly because I basically had my laptop all basically rectified and now works finally. Number 15, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Name top 14. Number 14 right now against it right now. Gentlemen, please. Number 14, you got the Denver Broncos. Who were number 12 last. So he fell 2 spots. They lost another game-winning field goal. Not by Spencer Schrader, but by Cameron Dicker of the Los Angeles Chargers. 2 weeks in a row, the Broncos lose to a game-winning field goal. That's kind of suck if you're a Bronco fan, to say the least. I get twisted. I lost a game-winning field goal this week, too, though, my team. But not twice, though. It was only once. The Broncos, they're still a good team. They're still a top 14 team in the National Football League. If they could realistically be 3-0 right now. Realistically. Literally, I kid you not, honestly. If it wasn't for his last 2 weeks, the field goals, it probably would still be 3-0. It'll be 3-0, man. You probably won't be hearing about Indiana Jones, Daniel Jones. So the Colts are in this rankings, by the way. They were last week, too. We get the point. Number 14 is Denver Broncos. They're still one of the better teams in the AFC West. I still think they're better, honestly. They're barely below the Chiefs, honestly. We're coming up later on this podcast when I'm having them on this list too. Realistically, after this week, the Chiefs cannot make this list come next week. There's definitely a possibility with that. But the Denver Broncos number 14, and they're still a really good football team. Their defense is still very good. Still, it's got to get better with the special teams not giving up game-winning field goals, obviously, but you get the point. Number 14 in Denver Broncos. You're on number 13, top 13. Gentlemen, please. Number 13 is one half of the team that plays for Thursday Night Football tonight, going into Arizona, beating the Seattle Seahawks, who are not ranked, believe it or not, last week. I believe they've ranked the outside, just barely outside of the top 16 I had. But now they're ranking the top 13, not even just 16, 15, and 14, number 13. They're 2-1, man. I gotta give them credit. I didn't think they're gonna be as good as people would have thought this season, but they're getting again. It's only 3 weeks in the year, going on 4. So we find out the Seahawks produce more and more times the season goes on, but still, I like their roster. I like JSN, one of the more underrated wide receivers in the National Football League, had a breakout season a couple years ago. You got Cooper Kupp, who's still serviceable as a wide receiver 2, and also, wide receiver 3 is Troy Horton, I think his name. Rookie, I don't even know, honestly. It is what it is. The Seahawks they're still a top third, very good team. On offense and defense, obviously defense got a lot better. We obviously got Dexter Lawrence. I'm thinking of New York Giants, Dexter Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence, a former Cowboy, another NFC East team. But still, and Seattle Seahawks are a very good football team for at least for the first 3 weeks of the season. Obviously, not 2-1. If you think they'll get 3-1 tonight, they can take on the Arizona Cardinals on Thursday Night Football. It's going to be a good game, though, in all honesty. I think the Cardinals are underrated, if you ask me. They lost against Mac Jones' 49ers team, but that's another game-winning field goal. A lot of special teams heavy for Week 3, by the way. A lot of blocks, a lot of game-winning field goals to get the point. Number 13, you got the Seattle Seahawks. They ain't top 12. They're on number 12, gentlemen, please. Number 12, you got the Kansas City Chiefs, who were number 10 last week. They won and still dropped 2 spots. They might have won against the Giants, but let's be real, boys and girls. That's the New York Giants, and they don't play well in their own stadium, MetLife Stadium, to say the least. My God, the Giants are just putrid. Oh, my God, what is that fucking offense? They have Russell Wilson on this past Sunday night. The Chiefs didn't look much better either, though. Mahomes was running for. They have no offensive line. Obviously, they lost Joe Tooney. They trade him to the Bears. Get more protection for Caleb Williams. But man, the Chiefs look fucking boring, man. I love it, honestly. As an avid Chiefs hater I am. Can't stand Kansas City. And I'm glad they're falling off the face of the earth. I fucking love it, obviously. But they're 1-2 going into a home stadium at Arrowhead to take on the Baltimore Ravens. But then again, the Ravens' defense is not very good right now, like we all thought it would have been. It is what it is, man. We see if they can pick it up. And when there's a realistic chance the Ravens and Chiefs cannot make at least the top 12 next week. Honestly. Both of them. Definitely a real possibility, if you ask me. The Kansas City Chiefs coming number 12. Be kind of crazy, too. After this week, the Ravens or Chiefs could be 1-3. That's fucking crazy, bro. The Chiefs are number 12. They ain't top 11, obviously. Getting into level 11 right now. Jump up, please. Number 11, you got the San Francisco 49ers, who are a sneaky, believe it or not, 3-0 team with Mac Jones as a starting quarterback the last 2 weeks. Granted, he played in New Orleans Saints in week 2, which is obviously, it's New Orleans, it could be a kind of a decent environment to go into. But at least he beat the Saints, and obviously the Saints are just, God, they got their asses destroyed by the Seahawks. Oh my God, what a disaster is New Orleans this year. And also, but theirs is a good win. Week 3 in San Francisco and Levi Stadium, they beat the Arizona Cardinals. So don't look like the greatest 2-0 team going into that week, but still. Yeah, get credit where credit's due. The 49ers are 3-0, man. When you thought we didn't think it would be, they think to be better than we were last year, but not by much. But I know they're 3-0 with Mac Jones your starting quarterback. And you don't have Brandon Ayuk or George Kittle either. I know, it's kind of crazy for a 3-0 team, man. And also Nick Bosa for the rest of the year, too. I believe he turned his Achilles, I think, or ACL, something like that. Or what's it, wrist? It was some body part, for the rest of the year, to say the least. But the 49ers are number 11 on number 14 on this list last week, believe it or not. And probably a better kicker now with Eddie Pinheiro compared to Jake Moody. What a bust that pick was for a third-round pick for a kicker. My God, man. The 49ers number 11 on this list. You ain't top 10. You're on top 10 right now. Jumbo, please. We on to a team that had another backup quarterback start last week. Probably not this week, though. The Washington Commanders. I'm sorry, Redskins. Who were number 9 last week. They put up 40-plus points against the Raiders, but dropped one spot. I know, you might think, Lucas, they only won a game and put up 40-plus points and put in lost a spot on their list? Yes, I did. I said that, people, yes. But the team against the number 9, you might think they're not the best roster on paper. Not the better quarterback than Jayden Daniels, but still. You gotta give credit where credit is due to the team at number 9, but still, the Redskins are still a team to beat in the NFC. Despite they didn't have Jayden Daniels, still 40-plus points against the Raiders of Marcus fucking Mariota as their starting quarterback. Fucking crazy, I know. The Redskins number 9, number 10 on this list, and they're still a team to be reckoned with in the NFC. As long as Jayden Daniels can come back healthy, I think they'll be a lot better than number 10 this week. I don't really know who they play today. I think they don't know that today. Who do they? Didn't they play the Falcons maybe this week? Try and figure that out. Let me look this up. To say the least. Because now I am curious. Who are the Redskins playing this week? If my laptop would please the area. Oh, they are playing the Falcons. I was right. And finally, they got the Chargers and Monday Night Football against the Bears on week 13. That will be week 6? Yeah, week 6. There you go. There you go, man. Look up the freaking Commanders schedule or Redskins schedule, you get the point. But they're the Commanders number Redskins number 10 on the list. They ain't top 9 now. We're getting number 9 right now, like I said earlier. Drum up, please. Who would have thought this team being top with 3-0 and obviously number 9 in my power rankings for 2025? You got the Indianapolis Colts with Indiana Jones as their starting quarterback. Obviously Daniel Jones, obviously. they're number 11 last week to the Colts. Unbelievable, man. That team is 3-0. They got to take the run on the Rams this week. It'd be a tough game in SoFi. So they might lose that game. But if they could play a competitive game, I would probably put them still in the top, 12 still. Definitely in the top 12. Maybe not fall off too much. Unless they play, they're completely blown out of the building, obviously. But still. The Colts are number 9 on this power rankings this week, and my God, man, what a performance by Daniel Indiana motherfucking Jones. Who would have thought this man could potentially be comeback player of the year for 3 weeks in the season almost? Obviously, but still. Who would have thought? That's a good thing about the NFL season. You never know when teams can come out of nowhere and shock the system, to say the least. But the Colts are number 9 on this list, to say the least. They ain't top 8, though. Number 8, we're getting to right now. Drum up, please. Number 8, you got the Baltimore Ravens, who are number 4 last week. Yeah, they shot 4 spots to lose a Monday Night Football against the Detroit Lions. Granted, Lions are a tough team to play. But gotta be honest, Derrick Henry needs to stop fumbling the football. All 3 games this year, he has fumbled all 3 times. He fumbled against the Bills, he fumbled against the Browns, and he fumbled against the Lions. Granted, most of those 3 teams at least have solid to good defenses, especially the Bills and Browns. But still, man, that's still kind of alarming if you want Derrick Henry giving you the football. Granted, he's still one of the better running backs, and he's probably top 2. He might even be number 1. He's not number 1. Be Saquon Barkley, but he's definitely number 2, if you say at least. But the Ravens are number 8 on this list, and still, if they put up 30 points despite losing this game, the Ravens' defense sucks. I thought this Ravens team probably the best of the notch. I thought Jair Alexander would be back to his old self in a new team, not just named Green Bay Packers. But now he's in Baltimore. He's basically the same thing was in the Packers, being injury prone. That sucks to see, man, because Jair, when he's healthy, he's one of the better quarterbacks in the fucking game. Did the Packers see something we did not see? More than likely they did. But still, the Ravens are number 8 on my power rankings for this week. They ain't top 7, though. We're in number 7, a team that completely collapsed last week in the 4th quarter. Drum up, please, though. Number 7, you got my Green Bay Packers, who were number 3 last week. Oh my God, man. Why do I want to get into this? Why? First of all, the first 3 quarters were still not pretty, but not pretty as the 4th quarter. My God, man. 10 points going into 4th quarter with the fucking Browns. Granted, the defense looks better than I thought they were. But still, the Browns 10-0 in the 4th quarter. This game is putrid, by the way. I can tell by the box score. I didn't watch the game, but I can tell by the box score. I followed the game. I was watching the Rams and Eagles. I was watching both games simultaneously. One on Google and one on obviously television. And my God, the Packers. My God, what are you doing? What are we doing? What was that performance against the Cleveland fucking Browns on Sunday afternoon? The Browns' defense was freaking great on Sunday. I thought they were not to say the worst defenses. The defense probably carried them to at least some competitive wins. But how do we lose to the fucking Browns? Not even just losing to the Browns. Give them 13 straight points with less than 5 minutes left in the fucking game, when he had 0 of the first 3 quarters. Unfucking believable. And then we got the extra field goal, potentially won the game, somehow squeaked away with a victory, even though I think we should have anyways. With Brandon McManus, who made the field goal, and he got blocked, obviously, but I don't know who it was. I think it was Greg Newsome, maybe? My God, man, what a fucking collapse by the Green Bay Packers. I hate saying as a Packer fan, man. That's not very good. I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. That like I said, that defense was freaking great on Sunday. And it's still a good defense in the Cleveland Browns, despite their offense being putrid almost. It's a good defense, but we got to get better by that. Granted, getting out with Zach Tom this week, and also this week against the Cowboys and going out against the Browns game is not that great either. It's kind of alarming, too. But still, man. We're going to need a better offensive line. We got to need Zach Tom to get healthy like next week. Then again, we're on a bye after the Cowboys game this week. So we get Zach Tom back against Cincinnati for Week 6 back in Lambeau Field. Hopefully we can. But thinking the Bengals offense is not the best and not the worst. But still, man. The pass rush. And then I got Trey Hendrickson, but still, you get the point. The Packers, number 7, just a complete fucking team collapse. And Jordan Love, you didn't help your cause with that one during that interception. Late stages in the fucking game could have honestly put it away. Literally. That was a horrible interception to end the game. That basically put the Browns to win the game, basically with that touchdown. It brought the yards in a 1 yard goal line, to say the least. The Packers, number 7 on my power rankings this week. They're not top 6 thanks to, obviously, past week. Number 6, drumroll please. Team that lost was still the same position as the last week, but still, drumroll please. Number 6, you got the Los Angeles Rams. Who lost to the Philadelphia Eagles and blew that game, honestly. They only go for, 2.5 possessions or going on 3 possessions almost in that third quarter. I don't think they scored since. I think they scored maybe 1 other touchdown after the third quarter. But still, man, they choked that game, just like the Packers. But then again, it's the Philadelphia Eagles, and they have a better reason than we do to lose against the Browns and the Rams did the pack to the Eagles. Despite honestly better than the Packers this week. And that was just like the game was freaking very good though. I like the Rams and Eagles. I think there wasn't like 2 blocked field goals in this game by the Eagles. I'm like, oh my god! Even Jordan Davis returned us for a touchdown to end the game. Gotta give credit where credit's due to that, to say. His big boy, Jordan Davis, blocked the field goal and obviously brought it back for a touchdown. That was fucking crazy, bro. That was fucking crazy. Run, Jordan, run! Yeah, man. Wow, man. With the Rams, number 6 on us, they still play a very good game. Stafford, it's not the best in this game. He threw an interception the very first, couple plays in the first quarter, the first plays of the game. But still, man, the Rams are still a top 6 team as of this week, to say the least. They're just not top 5. They're top 5 right now. Drumroll please. There's a team that's a sneaky 3-0 team in that top 5 this week. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're number 8 last week, and they just beat the New York Jets, obviously. Almost lost to the Jets, by the way. They didn't get Chase McLaughlin another chance to not get blocked again. They would have lost 27-26 to the Jets in Raymond James Stadium. Granted, they won at the game-winning field goal by Chase McLaughlin to give them the win to 29-27. But still, man, it's kind of a close game there, Buccaneers. And I'm looking at getting 3 rankings above that, but still. The Buccaneers they're a very good team. Obviously, Baker Mayfield looking like, honestly, like an MVP candidate so far this season. So 3 weeks into the season, he's definitely up there. Baker Mayfield looking freaking great, bro. I love it. The Buccaneers still have a very good roster. I know Mike Evans will be out for a couple weeks. I also have Chris Godwin, I believe. Or is he coming back this week? I'm not totally sure. I also got Mecca Ibuka, too. But defense is still pretty good, if you ask me, too. Buccaneers are so far, obviously, the best team in the NFC South. Let's look at the Falcons this week. Got fucking shut out by the Panthers. Yikes. After a good Sunday night football game against the Vikings, they put up a fucking dud against the fucking Panthers in Carolina. How can you fucking do that after being top 15 in my power rankings just last week? Now you're not even on this list. Not even close. I didn't think you put them in the top 20 after this week. Or just after the last week, since going into this week, you get the point. Like, the next team I think I put in was like 21. That was not even the Falcons. That was the Panthers. Literally, I kid you not. Anyways, Buccaneers number 5 on us, so it's obviously the part winners at NFC South already, man. Bargaining a big injury, to say the least. Hopefully, you don't see it. Not going to win, not to say the least. No, it's not top 4. On number 4, we get to my top 4 right now. General plays. Number 4, you got another Los Angeles team, the Los Angeles Chargers. The other SoFi Stadium team. Who were number 7 last week, and I think after 3-0 this week. Who would have thought the Chargers, man? Everyone thought the Chiefs could realistically fall off just a little bit, not like we did right for this whole 3 weeks in the season. But not like this. I think that the Broncos would be anything like the Chargers. Now they're both the Broncos and Chiefs are 1, 2. Granted, they're still in my power rankings this week, but not like the Chargers though. Obviously this year. Chargers looking like they're all hands on deck. Potentially be a top 3 seed. And granted, it's only 3 weeks in the season. I'll give it wrong. It's going to week 4. I believe they got the New York Giants and starting out Jackson Dart at quarterback now, to say the least. Not Russell Wilson. Right decision there. The Chargers number 4 on my power rankings with a game-winning field goal by Cameron Dicker against the Broncos, to say the least. And the Chargers number 7 last week, not a top 4, to say the least here. So there you go with that. There's not top 3 though. Top 3 we're going to right now. General plays. Number 3, you got another Monday Night Football team this past week, the Detroit Lions, who won this game against the Baltimore Ravens. Who were number 5 last week. I think we better guys get more credit or credit is due to Jared Goff and Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. I didn't think to be falling off. I think there was a chance the Packers could. This is before they got Micah Parsons, with a chance to take that NFC North back. We still can't forget the Detroit Lions still have a good roster. You know, they lost both their coordinators, so Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn to the Jets and Bears respectively. We get that. And that still can go deep into the season, but kind of could backfire a little bit. But the Lions still pull like Ben Johnson-esque plays on offense. Maybe they didn't need Ben Johnson. They just need the players they got now, you freaking NFL analysts. I know, man. The Lions are still 38. What points they put up the last 2 weeks? Come on, I'm trying to add up the scores here. That would be 90 points. 52 and 38 is... Yeah, 90 points in the last 2 weeks. Fucking crazy, bro. Against the Bears and Ravens. Yikes there. Yikes. We have Ravens and Bears giving up that many points against the Lions. But at least the Ravens put up 30, but that's a better offense than the Bears, obviously, but you get the gist. The Lions are top 3, and they're still not they're not a top 2 team, though. We're getting to number 2 right now. Drum roll, please. Number 2, you got the number 1 team from last week, power rankings, the Buffalo Bills, who dropped 1 spot, like I said, from number 1 to number 2 this week. The reason why I got the number 1 team again so many above them is because, basically, the Bills did not look like... I forgot who they played last week, honestly. Oh, they played the Dolphins. They should realistically be blowing out the Dolphins who started 0-2 at that point. But Mike McDaniel has somewhat saved his job. He's not going to be basically getting the team's facility probably for not too long after that game. But the Bills are still a top 2 team. But the Eagles look better. Spoiler, obviously number 1, obviously. A spoiler right there, but still. We all know who's number 1 anyways. If you know who it is. And number 2, the Bills, they still had a pretty good performance against the Dolphins. So the Eagles just put up a better performance against the home team, the Rams. The last, after the first quarter, honestly, going to the second half of the second quarter, say at least. The Bills, number 2, is not the number 1 team this week. Or in general, please, right now, I already spoiled already, but still, general, please. Number 1, at the reigning defending Super Bowl 59 champion, Philadelphia Eagles. Well, obviously beat the Rams, like I said. They're coming back against the Rams, to say at least. Honestly, Jalen Hurts is now getting a lot of passing touches. Do you think he had 1? I don't know if he hasn't 1 pass. I know he's a couple of rushing touchdowns. I think it's a tush push. I think he ran 1 in week 1, but still. Still, the Eagles are their best team in the NFL right now. We all know that. They're 3-0, and then I looked at the steadiest 3-0 team, especially the half that game against the Rams. But coming back in that championship mentality of Philadelphia possessed against that game against the Rams, gotta give them number one. The Bills didn't light the world on fire against the Dolphins either, so there you go. So you got the number one, you got the Philadelphia Eagles. Still had a very good game. And Jordan Davis had a block return for a touchdown to end the game. Also another block field before that too. Oh, my power rankings get number 16, got the Minnesota Vikings. Number 15, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 14, Denver Broncos. Number 13, the Seattle Seahawks. Number 12, the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 11, the San Francisco 49ers. Number 10, the Washington Commanders / Redskins. Number 9, get the Indianapolis Colts. Number 8, the Baltimore Ravens. Number 7, the Green Bay Packers. Number 6, the Los Angeles Rams. And number 5, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 4, the Los Angeles Chargers. Number 3, the Detroit Lions. Number 2, the Buffalo Bills. Number 1, like you guessed, the Philadelphia Eagles. That is your 2025 NFL Week 4 Power Rankings for this week. As always, let me know in the comments section what you think of my power rankings, even your top 16 teams in the National Football League. Head into this week's season that starts tonight with the Seattle Seahawks and Arizona Cardinals on Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime Video. Until next time, Chelsea Delphine, next to my peace, love, I am out. Take care. Love you all big time to say the least.